Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 15th episode of our gaming news podcast, the PackCast. Our hosts today, as always, we have Cool Trainer Camilo, the Janebo, Dan from the Tea Lounge, and myself, Phil Fantastic, and together, we are the Game Pack. And don't forget, guys, if you are only listening to this, you can watch this on YouTube at youtube.com/c/thegamepack. Or if you're just watching this, you can only listen to it if you subscribe on iTunes. Little shout out there before we get into the stories. Okay. But before we get into any of the discussions today, I want to put up a quick controversial topic warning because we will be talking about the recent gun violence related tragedies in the United States and how some blame violent video games for tragedies like that. If that's triggering for some of you, we apologize, and there will be a timestamp in the description if you would like to fast forward. We will be talking about Minecraft and Pokemon. So if that's why you came, you can jump straight to that. But right now, guys, we're going to get into the story specifically about Walmart. All right, so according to Kotaku, Walmart had sent memos to their employees over the last few days, instructing them to remove any signing or displays that contained violent images or aggressive behavior. But after a photo tweeted by a gamer and voice actor named Eric Loudon showed near empty game shelves at Walmart, speculation arose that the retailer was also removing violent video games from sale. The website IGN reported that, and citing a statement from Walmart, "We've taken this action out of respect for the incidents of the past week, and it does not reflect their long-term change in their video game assortment. We are focused on assisting our associates and their families, as well as supporting the community as we continue a thoughtful and thorough review of our policies." So I've just shown the image up on screen that was tweeted out of the completely empty shelves. I think there was only Mario Kart and Madden and FIFA and like a couple other games. It was like sports games and racing games. They took down all of their violent or aggressive looking advertisements, and at some Walmart source it reported that the only video game ads were for FIFA. So I just seems like a very knee-jerk response, in my opinion, to just rip games off the shelves. There's been just numerous studies since the beginning of video games saying that there's not necessarily a correlation that is, if you play a violent video game, you will become a violent person. It's a very multi-layered issue. It's an intersectional problem of many things coming together, bad influences, plus mental illness, plus like poor parenting and lack of supervision. There's like 100 things that culminate into somebody doing something that horrific and terrible. And to just be like, oh, nope, it's violent video games, take them all away. I just think that we're not we've got so many resources that we can work with, and we should like work together and collectively come up with a solution. But people are just kind of knee-jerk reacting and banning things and blaming people instead of trying to find like a helpful solution. I don't know. What do you guys think?
They're just using like the video games as like a scapegoat because they think if they just remove all that, the problem will just go away, but it's not going to go away.
Yeah, it's absolutely not going to go away. I would almost like them to. I just want to be like, sure, take them all away.
Yeah, and then
when it keeps happening over and over again, and you're wrong, bring them back and make them half price, and the government subsidizes our video games now. Like, I don't know. It's just a super serious thing, and I just don't understand why we're not taking serious measures.
Yeah, and I think also Dan. It's not even necessarily that they think that video games are the culprit. They need someone to blame who isn't themselves.
Yeah.
So they're going to point the finger whoever
Exactly.
away from themselves. It doesn't matter who gets pinpointed. And as far as video games specifically, potentially, like one might say, oh, a shooter or someone who does something so horrible played a violent video game, therefore the violent video game caused this. Well, that's kind of like saying there are firefighters at a fire, therefore the firefighters caused the fire.
It's not a cause and effect relationship.
Yeah, while that may be true, it's not necessarily going in that direction. Yep. Also, like violent or aggressive video games can very much be an outlet for people who have those tendencies so that they don't take other actions. So they very well may be adding to the problem by removing access to, quote, violent video games in this regard.
Yeah, like I'm definitely no behavioral scientist, and I just want to put that out there in case any of you were looking for me for really ironclad solutions to the problem. I don't know anything about that. I just know that, and not to get too politicized, because you're not supposed to be too political in podcasts, there are some people proposing solutions and other people pointing fingers and saying that, like, oh yeah, like it's like mental health is the main concern, it's not guns, leave the guns alone. Like, okay, fine, if we leave the guns alone and mental health is the problem, then where's your solution for like helping the country with this mental health epidemic? It's just not happening. And then we just see video games get taken off the shelves. It's just like, what is happening? This, like, it just makes no sense to me.
And it's especially... Go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say that I'm frustrated.
The video game violence rhetoric has been around for years and years and years.
Since those Flash games in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat was a big deal. Everybody thought, those were too violent. Don't allow anybody to play them. And when you look at other countries, they also have violent video games. They have mental health issues, but they're not having the same issues that the U.S. is having. No. So I think there has to be, you have to look at it at a different angle, or somebody just has to do something besides scapegoating a form of entertainment that has been known to... There's no studies proving that it causes violence. So I don't know why they still continue to blame the video games instead of looking at the real issues.
Yeah. It's also weird that Walmart removing violent video games while they still sell guns.
Yep. That's the next major talking point. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's very weird that like the thing that the person used was a gun. They didn't go and shoot a whole bunch of people with a video game.
Yeah.
I mean, how they don't want to be a part of the video game sales and the continuation of that. They don't want to profit on that, but they'll profit on literally the thing that was used. I mean, aside from there being different types of guns, whatever, it might not carry the specific type, but I mean, it just seems silly.
And like those, like guns can be modified. Like there was the bump stock or whatever. Like you could buy a gun at Walmart and modify it if you have the means to do that. And it just baffles me and frustrates me that we are focusing on the wrong things, and then it puts this negative light on our whole community, because as far as I know, like the majority of my community is just excited about playing Super Mario Maker. Like,
I love the memes of there's that one meme with like a woman yelling.
Yeah, that one's the best one.
And like it says,
cat.
Yeah, video games cause violence, and then like it flashes the cat saying, "Me resetting the game because I made somebody sad." Like,
yeah. Or it's like me like listening to KK Slider and play some Fat Jams.
Building a house in Minecraft.
Yeah. It's just like, it's not it, guys. It's not it. So, I don't know, but I will say, obviously, thoughts and prayers to the victims and their friends and family from the game pack. I know people do meme that expression as well, but at a certain point, that is really all you can do as a bystander, other than, elect people who can cause real change and will shake it up and help you. But in this current moment on the podcast, I can offer my condolences and that we're very sorry that happened. All right, Minecraft cancels their Super Duper graphics pack DLC, which I actually was looking forward to.
This is the 4K pack, right?
Yeah, this was the
really?
4K cool lighting pack that they were gonna put out on the Xbox One X and other consoles.
I thought this was out a while ago. I didn't even...
No, they announced it 2 E3s ago or so.
Yeah, 2 E3s ago. And they said, we are happy with how the pack performed. We are not happy with how the pack performed across devices. For this reason, we're stopping development on the pack and looking for other ways for you to experience Minecraft with a new look. So essentially, the Switch was not powerful enough to run the complex lighting engine that they wanted to put into Minecraft. So they're going to just make different texture packs that you could buy.
When they announced this, I thought this was just we're just doing this for Xbox. This is a cool thing for Xbox. I didn't think it was a everything gets it kind of thing.
Now I think everyone has to get everything because of the better.
Yeah, because of better together.
So,
but I mean, they could do a better together is a different version of Minecraft. There's the Switch version, and then there's Better Together, or Better. I think it's called Bedrock.
Better Together, exactly.
It's the one that allows cross-platform play between Xbox, Switch, and PC. So they could do something like that where they just have PC and Xbox getting these 4K packs.
Yeah, which I think they probably will do. I think that they're looking into other ways for you to experience Minecraft with a new look. I think, maybe there's just going to be Xbox exclusive packs. And then also, when I was setting up my realm, and maybe John or whoever else has been playing Minecraft or hosting realms or whatever can jump in, but I could set the texture pack, but I didn't have to force the people joining my realm to use that texture pack. Are you familiar with that?
I haven't tested that out. I know that there are certain skins that you can't have. If you have a cross-platform realm, you can't
you can't be Mario.
You can't be Mario, and I don't know if you can be Master Chief. I'm not sure if it goes the other way. I don't know if the Microsoft properties don't go on to the Switch, but I know for a fact you cannot have the Mario skins while you're playing cross-platform.
Right. But you can use the Better Together version of the game to play by yourself or with other Switch users. So my logic is that they still can introduce this, not as a big update, but as more texture packs, which is what I think they'll probably do. But I was excited, man. That actually the lighting looked really cool. And I like Minecraft. I've streamed Minecraft. I would definitely get back into it. So come on, let us know. I want to know what the next thing is. I kind of wish they would have given us more information than, sorry, we're not doing it, but we're working on something else.
Do you think they're saving it for a sequel?
I don't think they're gonna make a Minecraft 2 in the immediate future.
It's been 10 years?
I think 2011 or 2009. I don't remember.
They keep updating it though.
I know. I mean, it's one of those games where you don't need a sequel. But I could see them trying something maybe not. This is just Minecraft with a little bit more features, kind of like Super Mario Maker 2 did. But I don't know, go in a whole different direction. Instead of blocks, maybe it's bubbles. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that I'm sure they've had enough ideas, so they've done the Minecraft story mode, and then there's
the dungeons.
There's Minecraft dungeons. So I think they have ideas for other things they want to do with the Minecraft, cinematic universe. I mean, video game universe.
That IP is so profitable. It's everywhere. So they can do whatever they want, and people are going to buy it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that I don't think there's a Minecraft 2 coming. I just think they're going to just keep updating. I mean, maybe next gen they'll reevaluate, but still, when we have PS5 and Xbox 4, it's gonna be, you're still gonna have the Switch in that gen.
Yeah.
So Switch is really gonna hold it back. That's gonna be crazy when Switch is like.
Maybe Switch Pro will be like a Xbox One X kind of. I don't know.
I don't think it'll be
like
that powerful. Might be like
no, not
might
like
be
not,
Xbox One.
No, not that level, but like that jump. Like it's not gonna. Yeah. Like yeah.
I hope so because some games are awful to play on there.
Yeah, they need some help. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait for Mojang to release their DLC, but that's my prediction. Anybody else have something to say about Minecraft? Nobody does. What's that?
I think we hit everything.
Yeah, we nailed it. Crushing it. Knocking it out of the park. So right now, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Hey, where'd my video go?
I like listening to audio podcasts better, so I got rid of the video.
You don't have to go through all the trouble of ruining our video podcast. You could just subscribe to the audio podcast.
Where can I subscribe to the audio version of the podcast?
We have our podcast available for download on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify right now. You can subscribe today.
Wow, you guys are pretty big time. I'll go subscribe right now.
Thanks! And all of you watching at home can enjoy the new audio version as well. Listen to us on your commute, at the gym, at work, or when you're supposed to be doing your homework. Now let me get this video feed turned back on, and we'll get back to this week's podcast. All right, and don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube, guys. You can hit that subscribe button, hit those like buttons, hit that notification bell for all notifications, and check out all the links in the description. We're going to move on, and we're going to continue to talk about a Microsoft property. This strange secret designs for the handheld Xbox were revealed, and it could play games in 4K, depending on what device you put it in. So up on the screen are some images that we found. These are 3D concepts by graphic designers. There were rough sketches that were placed in with a patent filing for these devices. And they're going to be they're essentially going to be working with your phone to be synced up to the Xbox Cloud service, so you could play. Kind of like how Stadia has been talking about, play on your computer, play on your phone, play on your laptop, play on your microwave. So Xbox is doing something similar, and it looks like they've made custom snap-on controllers that are on the screen right now for you to look at. And I think they look incredibly uncomfortable. What do you guys think?
I think it's
does not look fun to use.
It's way too wide. Like even the Switch is like kind of like a little wide. That looks even wider.
Yeah, and there's a reason why Switch made a dedicated tablet for their device, because it's going to be so difficult designing something that is comfortable for everyone and that is compatible with every phone. And
the Microsoft phone's coming back.
I think so. There might be multiple controllers. Like if you go and you get like, I need the one that's compatible with like the iPhone. But also, if you have an iPhone, you don't necessarily have the same size. It's like you could have one from like a couple years ago that was like a little bit smaller. You could have a Plus. You could have a 10. Like all of those are different sizes.
I wonder
they probably won't support it though.
In the next iOS update, they're adding support for like external controllers. Like you can pair like a PS4 controller with like your iPad in the next update.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that'll be cool.
I have to get a new iPhone. I'm on iPhone 6. You're gonna stop supporting that iPhone soon.
You're gonna switch?
No, I'm just saying.
iPhone.
Yeah, I'll just get a newer iPhone.
They are gonna switch it.
Yeah, they're gonna stop supporting the iPhone that I have.
Speaking of you changing phones, are you concerned that the phone you get won't be compatible with this thing that we're talking about?
Well, if it's one of the major ones, like if it's iPhone or
if it gets like a major new phone, I don't think,
or a Galaxy, I think you're fine. Like a Samsung or, I mean, if you get a, I don't even know what a weird offshoot phone would be anymore. I mean, there used to be the Microsoft phones.
Yeah, Windows phones, not.
Yeah, the Windows phones.
There's definitely like, what about like the HTC phones?
But those Android. Are big. Yeah, I think The
They
main
still,
ones?
I mean, all the other phones run Android, but like whether or not they have like uniform like
Yeah, but most like Android
specs.
phones, either they do like most of them are doing like the USB-C now, or if they're still on the micro USB, but most of them are going to the USB-C.
What about the dual screen one? That was just
Oh, the Galaxy Fold.
yeah, the Galaxy Fold. That they didn't release.
Yeah, that didn't come out.
You know what I'm wondering about is if these controllers that snap into your phone are going to have a headphone jack built in.
Oh, probably.
Because that would be a potential way to get a headphone jack added to your phone.
I mean, I think Microsoft and the Xbox division, they'll think about what people playing games will want.
Mm-hmm.
There is a headphone jack.
Oh,
it has a left left joystick, view button, direction pad, charging pins, headphone jack, stereo speakers, phone grip flipper. I don't know what that means. Flipper foam pad, menu button, right joystick, the X, Y, A, and B buttons, right triggers, and left triggers.
I wonder how much processing power the controller itself will add, or how much it will rely on the actual phone's hardware to run these games.
well, it's all going to be
Said charging, so
cloud
you probably have to
based.
charge it separately. Right?
It's going to be cloud based, so they're not going to need.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to
I
be.
suppose so.
It's going to take any processing power.
Yeah, cloud-based. That's right. Yeah. So that'll require you on the go to have a really fast internet connection through your mobile plan?
Yep.
Oh, that's going to be
Or
absolutely
Wi-Fi.
hideous.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I guess you would have to
Hotel or
find
Starbucks.
good Wi-Fi, play at home only.
Yeah, that's going to be a big limitation right there. Just finding good enough internet to be able to play 4K games on the cloud.
Why are you playing a 4K game on your phone? Like the screen's not even 4K.
Well, why would they give the option if people aren't going to use it?
You got to get those achievements, man.
It's true.
I wonder if there's
trying
going
to
to be
find
an
out,
output,
Kay.
HDMI output to a screen so you can just play it like at home or at a hotel.
You also need.
I think these are Bluetooth.
if you can,
I can't. There's no plugs here.
Yeah.
if you can afford a phone that has a 4K screen, I think you can afford pretty good internet to stream that 4K game.
Well, you blew all your money on the 4K screen.
Yeah, that's true. People just because people have one nice thing doesn't mean they can afford many nice things.
But also,
Yeah.
like, you can't even like tell the difference between like a 4K screen on your phone and like a lesser screen. Like the screen's so small.
Like I think
the
the Switch looks nice, and it's only 720p. Well, if you're playing the right game, like that small screen, it looks really nice in 720p. So I don't know what a 4K game would even look like.
Yeah,
on
the
a
only
phone.
reason a phone needs to be in 4K is if you're going to be using it for stuff like VR, where it specifically magnifies portions of the screen, and
it's
you
like
need
an
that
inch
extra
away from
fine
your
resolution.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's about like your eye resolving the pixels at like a certain distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason why Apple calls their display Retina, because you cannot detect the pixels at a certain distance.
Where's
Which
that
is
chart at, Dan?
hilarious,
Did you get that chart?
Because
I don't have the chart.
maybe we'll find it. If we have the chart and we found it, we'll put it up. If not, I didn't do it. All right. That's it for all the Microsoft news. Actually, no, that's not necessarily true.
Oh, wow,
We
it
can
is a
segue
Microsoft
again.
podcast.
We can segue again with more Microsoft news. So, speaking of Microsoft, Ninja's move to Mixer, the Microsoft-owned streaming company, is back in the news because on Ninja's Twitch channel, it was if you go to twitch.tv/ninja, it was promoting other top Fortnite live streams on his channel. It said this streamer is in another castle.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to put up the
Yeah,
image.
well, maybe edit it if you put up the image. Make sure you
I'll put up the
big
image
black
and
bar.
I'll block out the image in question so that it won't show up on the stream. On the video, excuse me. And if you're listening to this, you won't be able to see it anyways. So it's fine. So basically, there were channels being promoted on his channel, and one of them was showing dirty movies. inappropriate adult entertainment, and it was up for 2 hours. And it got a lot of backlash against the platform because of it, for showing bias and not necessarily like just letting his channel sit there. They were using it to take advantage of his large following that he had cultivated, kind of against his probably what he would have wanted. But I mean, it's their platform. Like, they can do whatever they want on their platform.
That's what like if you ever read the terms of service or the user agreement, like that's buried in there somewhere where it says we could do whatever we want. Like we control your channel essentially.
Yep. It's definitely their platform. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, I know that like when someone becomes a partner on Twitch, they specifically negotiate their own new contract with the platform of Twitch. So depending on what they had or did not have, it also could be rendered inert because like the agreement doesn't necessarily apply anymore because when he went to Mixer, he lost his verified badge, his like partner badge rather. So he's no longer a Twitch partner because he's not streaming exclusively on Twitch. He is no longer a Twitch partner. And so those things that may have been negotiated don't necessarily apply. But yeah, for them to pull it, it may or may not be something that they're technically allowed to do, depending on some of these agreements. But yeah, it's not a really that cool of a thing to do, especially since, as Ninja said in his like release on I think Facebook video or something, that he built up this brand specifically over 8 years, and they're just kind of taking it and hijacking it and doing their own thing with it. And also, yeah, you like no other channel on Twitch is being advertised other people's streams when they're offline.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's brand new, like a new frontier. They're doing this only because it's him and only because he's moved and left a big popular spot on their website.
It's just petty. They're just being petty. And it looks petty.
I mean, I don't know.
Just from a business standpoint,
yeah,
I'm not sure how petty it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like, petty.
They're trying
it's only his channel though. Like other streamers have left the Twitch platform and they don't do it to them.
Yeah, but were they as big as Ninja?
I mean, they were probably relatively large, but Ninja's the biggest Twitch streamer ever. He's the one and only to reach 10 million followers on there.
Yeah, so, I can understand wanting to capitalize on this piece, but yeah, I mean, they need to figure out a way that doesn't infringe upon other people's brands.
Yeah. I mean, the spot was open, the URL still existed for their website, and they wanted to keep generating revenue since one of their giant revenue earners just pieced out. So they're like, well, how do we plug this like leaky part of the ship? So they promoted other Fortnite streamers. Like, what do we do when we lose a Fortnite streamer? We got to find somebody else to be the next Ninja on Twitch. So let's promote Fortnite streamers. And somehow, obviously, someone did it maliciously. I think somehow that like that doesn't just become the #1 recommended video.
No. But there's also 14,000 people watching.
Yeah. That it's got to be bots. It was like
it's.
I don't know.
I wonder how many of the 14,000, like how many of the 14,000 were people that found that stream because it was on Twitch TV/Ninja.
Exactly, and then clicked on it.
Yeah, I mean that's I don't know. Problem. That was his issue because like the community that he built is largely, underage, younger crowds, and they like to be exposed to something like that without knowing, like that's not cool. It's not
cool.
I don't know. It seems sleazy, and with everything else that is happening with Twitch right now, it just seems they don't seem like they're not professional. Like they're very.
No platform is fully professional and fully caring of their people that stream on their platform.
I think we've seen that everywhere, personally.
Yeah, no platform is perfect. People try new things, and sometimes it backfires horribly because they're not exactly understanding what they're trying and paying attention closely enough to the nuances of the new thing they're trying. So yeah, definitely things can go quickly wrong. It happens.
And I think this story is new enough to where we might have an update next week. So
so they
oh yeah, is there an update now?
Well, they have since changed it back to what an offline stream normally looks like, where it's just this channel's offline and the VODs or whatever are on there. So they changed it back really quickly. So
yeah,
the backlash was fast.
Yeah, but the damage is done. So we'll see. I guess
Twitch Overparty was trending.
Yeah,
for
that's true. Twitch Overparty was trending on Twitter.
I don't think Twitch is over at all. It's dumb.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We'll see if there's any.
You're only the best.
Overparty is trending years ago.
That doesn't make any sense.
You're only the best until you're not.
Anyways, I think it's remained to be seen. I think we should move on to our last and final story. The Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer that dropped, and it was awesome. So I'm gonna start it off, and then I'll pass it over to our resident Pokemon expert. There were new Galarian forms revealed: Galarian Weezing, Galarian Zigzagoon, and Lanoon, and they released a new evolution for Zigzagoon and Lanoon, and that's Obstagoon. And they kind of look like members of KISS, which is pretty cool. And actually, something that's so funny, Gene Simmons, from the lead singer of KISS, actually responded to how people kept making that comparison, and he actually made a statement. He said that he loves Obstagoon and that he's a Pokemon fan. So I'm going to turn it over to Camilo to tell us more about what else was revealed during the trailer, and we'll have a little discussion about it.
Okay, so this trailer started with got a little recap of like everything they already showed us, and then they jumped right into the Galarian forms. So if you don't know what that is, Pokemon starting last generation, they started this new thing where they do regional variants. So when they get to a new region, some of the Pokemon will behave differently, just like how animals, when you move animals to like a new location, they evolve and adapt, and they just become different forms. So we got Galarian Weezing was the first one shown off. It looks a little different. The color's a little different. And it has like a mustache, and the little ball next to it, Weezing, has like a beard. And it has like a top hat that looks like a smokestack. And the premise of this Pokemon is really similar to Alolan Muck, where like Alolan Muck was brought to Alola to like eat the garbage and like store it inside, so it was like a cleaning Pokemon. Weezing is also like a cleaning Pokemon. It like inhales the toxic pollution, and then it like emits like cleaner air. So I think it's kind of cool. It's Poison Fairy, so they added the fairy type to it. It said ability Levitate, and then like some ability they haven't announced yet, so I'm interested to see what that ability is going to be.
New ability.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Galarian Weezing?
He looks fancy. I like it. I was saying earlier that like the green smog on his mouth looks a little bit like moss, and it would have been cool if he would like turned into, maybe like steel and grass or something. But
I feel like it would make more sense if it was like poison steel, because like the tower could be like made of steel on top of him.
Yeah, that was my first thought. It's like, why not give him steel? But fairy makes sense because a fairy would clean the air and like try to, I don't know, make the world better. That's my.
Isn't that the opposite of what smokestacks do, though?
I guess that's.
No, they filter.
I don't know.
Or it's ironic.
I don't know how that works.
What other Pokemon did they reveal?
They revealed Galarian Zigzagoon, which Zigzagoon is a Pokemon from Gen 3. So Zigzagoon and Linoon got Galarian forms, and they look super cool. They're black and white now, opposed to the brown, and their tongue sticks out, which is awesome. On the Pokemon website, it says something about how Galarian Zigzagoon is the true form of Zigzagoon. Like, that's the way they're supposed to be. And then as they moved them into different regions, they kind of got tame and they kind of settled down. Gotcha. So, yeah, they look pretty cool. And then, again, we got the evolution Obstagoon, And then again on the Pokemon website, it said something like, since it's like the perfect environment for Zigzagoon, they had to like fight for territory more or something like that. So they had to like evolve to like get stronger and fight against the predators. So now they have an evolution called Obstagoon. So
cool.
I think it's kind of cool because at first I thought they were kind of done with the evolution, like just the regular evolutions of old Pokemon, because they introduced like the Mega Evolution stuff. But I'm glad they're going back to it now.
Yeah. It's nice to see old Pokemon refreshed and given a chance to be even stronger, which I am a big fan of. But there was even more Pokemon revealed.
Yeah.
Who was the other Pokemon revealed?
We got a new Pokemon, Morpeko, which is going to be like the Pika clone. There's always like a Pokemon like Pikachu every single generation. But Morpeko has two forms. It has a full belly mode, and then it has a hangry mode. And it actually switches these forms every other turn. So it's electric dark, and it has this move, I think it's called Aura Wheel. And depending on the form that Morpeko's in, it changes type. So if it's like the regular full belly, it's like electric type. And then if it's the hangry mode, it's a dark type move. So I think it's kind of cool.
It's the most relatable Pokemon ever.
I like him.
Yeah.
I thought his color changing should have been different, though. It just seems weird. Like, it would have been cool if, like, the colors reversed. I feel like because he has, like, what does he have? Like, brown and gray and then, like, yellow in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, I think
it just goes from yellow to purple, which
are I think it would have
opposite colors. Like on a color wheel.
Yellow is
and
the
purple.
opposite of...
Yeah.
There you go. I learned something new.
I did not know that.
I missed that.
In primary school, I
kindergarten.
missed that.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Or what are they called? Like complementary colors? Yeah.
What about the rivals? Did we get some rivals?
Yeah, we got two new rivals. I still don't know how to say this guy's name. I think it's Bede. He looks he looks like he's 16 and 60 at the same time. I don't know why.
That's how I look.
But yeah, I looked at the Pokemon website and it says he is sponsored by Chairman Rose, and he has like this weird smirk to him. So I think Chairman Rose is going to end up being evil. So I think Bede's also going to end up being evil too. Not entirely sure, but I'm down for like a mean rival again.
Like Blue?
Yeah, Blue wasn't that mean. He was just kind of like rude.
What
like
about the other one?
The
what
mean
Gold,
Silver was a rude, mean rival.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we also have Marnie, which is a female rival. And they didn't really say that much about her, but she is associated with Team Yell, which is the new team. And Team Yell, the whole purpose of Team Yell is they want to have Marnie become the champion. So they just kind of follow her around,
so they're
attacking trainers to stop them from like entering or winning the Pokemon League so Marnie can win.
Jeez, so they're a toxic fan base?
Yep.
Well, I was reading that they're kind of like soccer hooligans.
They look like soccer hooligans. They do look like
they're
soccer.
Like
yeah.
total fanatics for their team, like causing trouble or like just getting into fights.
It looks like some of them had like vuvuzelas. You know what that is?
But they're in the shape of a Y for Team Yell.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because like the Coliseums are basically like giant soccer stadiums. The Pokemon trainers are basically like soccer players, and for their fans to act like soccer hooligans, just like in like the UK and Europe, it all sort of fits, I guess, in my opinion.
I also think they're like based off of like that English like rock punk culture, like punk rock bands and stuff.
Yeah, the big punk movement over across the pond. Cool. What was your favorite thing from the Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer, Dan?
There looked like a skunk dude fighting.
Linuto looks like a honey badger. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, honey badger. Yeah, there you go. I was completely lost with this trailer because I know just about nothing about Pokemon, and it was just kind of like, oh, look, here's a character that's fighting another character. Oh, and here's some shots of other two different characters fighting one another.
You know what's gonna be fun is when this is gonna be like the conversations we all had about Super Mario.
That's what I
Maker
said before the
it came out.
podcast.
Oh, you did?
And he's gonna end up being
he's
the biggest Pokemon fan.
He's gonna get so into the metagame and like the competitive elements of it. And he's
Who
gonna
Who
go
knows?
crazy.
Have battles between Cam and Dan.
I will say that I'm not a fan of turn-based combat.
Yeah. It's a
And now I
little
know
of a
there's going to be
different time.
someone with the name turn-based combat show up in our Discord.
That is one of the best. That is the best
Yeah.
name in the Discord for sure.
Grid-based explorer.
Yeah, grid-based explorer.
So good. All right. Well, yeah, I really enjoyed that trailer. Anybody have any final thoughts?
I'm excited to see if they have other evolutions for prior Pokemon. Like maybe
Yes.
Yeah, I
maybe
think
they'll
so. I
bring
think they will.
they'll bring the evolved form of Raichu that I don't know.
Oh
what the name
yeah,
is.
what is it? What is his
Gorochu?
name?
Yeah, Gorochu.
I don't think so. I think it's
I don't
just going to
think
be
we'll ever see
Pikachu's going to get the
Gorochu.
Gigantamax, and
Okay.
they're not going to make a Pokemon with like 4 stages, unless it's like Mega.
I think
Oh yeah, because I guess there's a baby.
because there's Pichu.
Yeah.
I think Gorochu was forever on the cutting room floor. But
Do you think Arbok will get a Galarian form? Because I feel like
that'd be
Weezing and
possible.
Arbok always go together.
weren't you saying something about who is the other snake?
It's a
He's like
Viper,
yellow. No, he looks like a bug though.
Dunsparce.
Dunsparce. Were you
Dunsparce.
saying that Dunsparce needs some love?
Yeah, he needs like an evolution. There was a rumor going around that Farfetch'd is getting one, or with evolution.
Oh, that'd be.
They
so
could just
amazing.
put a little top hat on all of them, and then they'll be
Yeah,
the Galarian
I think the
form.
name was like going to be Surfetched because it's like
That's
Surfetched.
funny. Have a monocle.
yeah.
Oh,
Dude, I
perfect.
would love it. You guys know how much I love Farfetch'd.
Oh,
All right.
did anybody win the shiny race the other day?
No.
It was a draw, but it was still lots of fun. So yeah. Anybody? Final thoughts. You loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Anyways, guys, we had a very serious beginning of the podcast, and a fun finish. Thank you guys so much for hosting it with me. But I always like to end the podcast with a little something personal by talking about what we're playing, because even when we're not streaming, sometimes we're playing games that you don't see. I've been playing Monster Hunter, trying to up my game. Watch a bunch of videos online on YouTube because I'm a complete noob to get prepared for Iceborne that's dropping in September. What are you guys playing?
I'm still trying to beat Kingdom Hearts 1 level 1.
Yeah.
I spent like 10 hours on that like final like boss like heartless wave rush thing. And I finally beat that, but then like I got stuck on like one of the 11 boss fights that's at the end. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Um,
John, what are you playing?
I've been playing a lot of Paladins and
Ooh.
Fortnite. I just started streaming on Mixer last week,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been playing a lot of that stuff over there because Paladins had a deal with Mixer that if
Mhm.
people are watching your stream, they earn Mixer points, which then they could buy skins and Paladins. So that was pretty
There you
fun.
go.
And then
That's cool.
Fortnite, and I'm just having fun. I'm doing a lot of custom lobbies,
Nice.
and that's been really fun. Except for people stream snipe when, so I don't get to play that
That's not so
much
fun.
because I die like immediately because everybody knows where I'm at. So that's not that fun.
well.
But other than that, it's been a good time.
It's fun for them, I guess, though. All right, Dan, what are you playing? Is it Super Mario Maker?
Well, it's the second one, not the first one. Super Mario Maker 2.
Are you
a
playing Super
ton
Mario
of it.
Maker 2?
Yeah, I'm not playing any of Super Mario Maker 1. That game is garbage. The second one though is actually pretty good, and I'm enjoying a lot.
Second.
And I've been making more hard levels, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I also just a few hours ago started a playthrough of Metal Gear Solid on my PlayStation Classic.
Ooh,
And-
all right.
I will say that I'm enjoying that so far, except for the lack of analog sticks on the PlayStation Classic controllers is kind of a huge bummer for that game.
Yep.
But it is what it is.
I did get the
Work with it.
PlayStation Classic that I talked about. I don't know if it was last week or
Nice.
2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Finally came in. I've not opened it yet though.
Oh, well, it's a collector's piece. All right, guys. Thank you so much for co-hosting this with me. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Cam. Thank you, John. Guys, if you want to check out our individual channels, the links to those are in the description. Also, our social medias, the link to the Game Pack Discord is in the description. And that's it. That's all we have to say. Thank you guys very much for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.